Let's keep it real. You don't need money to build a business. What you need is a working brain, a little internet, and the guts to execute. See, most people they fail because they overcomplicate everything. So I'm gonna just give you the step-by-step blueprint to go from $0 to a business that'll actually pay your bills and maybe even blow past 6 figures because I made over 7 figures online in my business with just one digital product doing a little over 900K with this stuff. So let's go. Too many people ask what's the best business to start? Wrong question. The right question is what problem can I solve better than the average person? And it's only gonna take me about 5 minutes to break this down. So if you know I have 5 minutes to spare, then you'll probably just end up trying every single new way to make money online and all the easy and lazy passive income strategies and all the lazy side hustles and whatnot. So good job with all that crap and see if anything good happens for you. But pull out a sheet of paper and list out these 3 things and ask yourself this: what you're good at, what people ask you about, and what could you talk about for hours without needing Google? And this could literally be anything. So let's say that you're good at budgeting, or you've helped your friends plan weddings, or you're that go-to person that people go to when they feel like chaos is happening in their life. And you can help those people calm down. Maybe you're good at fitness. Maybe you know how to do e-commerce. Maybe you have great credit. Like, it can literally be anything. But just ask yourself these 3 things and boom, you've got the foundation for a digital product or a service offer that you can drive traffic to with building a micro niche personal brand. This is about leveraging what you know. We're not building from scratch, we're building from you. Now that you've got your areas of skill, what we want to do is that you want to hunt for pain, because we need to find a painful, expensive problem. So every dollar is a receipt for solving a problem. So you need to be hunting down for those problems that people are willing to pay money for. And these are always going to be painful problems, because anything that somebody spends their money on, for the most part, it's something that is alleviating some type of pain that they have. As entrepreneurs, we're only in the problem solving business, period, because everything, literally everything that somebody spends any of their money on, at the root of it, it's something that solves a problem in their life. And people will spend more money, or they'll spend their money faster to alleviate this pain. And that's why you need to find a painful, expensive problem. So dig into the forums on Reddit, Facebook groups, Amazon reviews, YouTube comments, where you're on right here. A lot of people that are creating content, or a lot of people that are creating educational content, there's a lot of gaps that they're missing in their content, and you can fill those gaps. So search through YouTube comments and look for the questions that people are asking in the comments, because you can fill that gap right there, because there's information that's missing. Use the YouTube search bar as a research tool. This is something that I do all the time. So just for example, I may put how to insert whatever it is that you do, or whatever it is that you're going to talk about, or whatever your niche is, how to blank. And then I'll just put the letter A right in the YouTube search bar. Then I'll let YouTube auto-populate, because it's showing me in real time what people are searching for, everything that starts with the A after that. Then I'll delete that, and then I'll say the letter B. Then I'll delete that, and then I'll put the letter C, D, E, F, G, all the way on down the line. And I'll just let the search bar on YouTube auto-populate it, because it's showing me what people are looking for in real time. And then I just go and I make that content about it to fill in that gap that people are searching for. Another resource that you can use is a website called answerthepublic.com. So on Answer the Public, what it does is that you can type in any niche, right? You can type in any niche about basically anything. And what Answer the Public is going to do is that it's going to give you back all of the top search questions that people are searching the internet for each and every single day. And then not only is it going to show you that, it's going to have everything like categorized, all nice, neat, and pretty. Like, it's going to be like the who questions, the what questions, the how questions, the why questions. So you can find those painful problems that people are willing to pay money for to fix. And Answer the Public, it's a free resource also. Like, they do have a paid version of it, but the free version is well more than enough. Like, I've never paid for it. But anywhere where people are ranting, that is your gold mine. So I'll give you an example. Let's say that you are good at writing resumes and you can help people fix bad resumes. Well, what's the pain? They apply to 200 jobs and they don't hear back. The emotional cost, The self-doubt, the stress, the financial pressure, that's a big problem. When you solve a painful, frequent, expensive problem, you don't need fancy branding, you just need to show up with a solution. Now for this next part, we gotta talk psychology for a second because you need to study awareness. And I feel like this is one of my superpowers. Like a lot of people, they think that I'm super smart, like I'm not the sharpest spoon in the drawer, but I'm very aware, and I credit my daddy to that. So shout out to you, daddy, because since a child, he always trained me to be aware of everything in my surroundings, right? So as soon as we walk into a building, he would be like, where's the exits? And I'll have to point out all the exits and what's this guy doing and what's this girl doing. And I just am aware of everything. So a lot of entrepreneurs and aspiring entrepreneurs, they're not aware of anything and they don't even study awareness. And if you don't know the awareness levels of the marketplace, then you'll never be able to monetize any of your gifts or your skills. And there's 4 types of awareness your customer may have. So they're either not aware, they're problem aware, they're solution aware, or they're brand aware. Now you want to build where people are problem aware and solution aware, not so far ahead to whereas you're fighting against billion-dollar brands, and not so early aware to whereas you have to educate the whole internet. So for example, let's say that somebody was helping people grow an Instagram account or something like that, right? Well, if people are saying, I can't get engagement on my content, well, then that person is going to be problem aware. But if somebody is Googling, how do I get clients from Instagram? Well, that person is solution aware, and that's the sweet spot. See, and the whole thing and the whole reason why you want to be in this problem aware and solution aware is because you're not trying to invent demand, you're intercepting it. So this is what a lot of people don't realize. All the traffic and all the people that want what it is that you have to offer, they already exist. All that you have to do is step in front of that traffic and intercept it. So what a lot of people are doing is that they're sitting here and they're going for these people that are either not aware and they're just trying to educate people on something that they don't even know about, or they're shooting too far. Like, I am all for ambition, but it's like they're shooting too far and they're searching to get people into their ecosystem to where they're fighting against like billion-dollar brands. Like, there's this one guy that came to me not too long ago, and his idea for his business, he would have been going against the entire music industry. And I was like, yo, you're attempting to do something right now that they probably killed Michael Jackson for. And I didn't say that. I don't know who might be listening because I don't want whoever they are. I don't want no smoke with whoever they are, right? But I was telling him that he needs to get into this lane right here where people are problem aware and solution aware, right? He doesn't need to be going against billion-dollar brands. And then somebody else told me that they wanted to educate like the world on a topic that nobody knew about. I'm like, okay, well, those people are not aware. They need to be either problem aware or solution aware, so you can just intercept that traffic and just stand out like a sore thumb because they're already looking for a problem. All that you have to do is come up with a solution to that problem and then put yourself in front of them because they're already looking for it every single day. So you don't have to invent demand. You just have to be aware of where the people are that are aware of the brand, and then just intercept that traffic that already exists for you. And now once you understand this, you have to position like a pro, because there's this word in entrepreneurship that everybody seems to be terrified of, and it's saturated. People, they'll say like, oh, isn't it a saturated market? Or what do you do about oversaturation? How do I win in a saturated market? How do I compete? You don't compete, you reposition. You don't need to be better, you need to be different. So if I use that example as somebody that was good at writing resumes, or somebody that was good at helping people fix bad resumes, right? They're not just somebody that helps with resumes. Most people that were trying to do something like that, they would say like, oh, I'm the resume coach. No. You can reposition yourself. So an example, that person would say like, I'm the anti-job coach, helping people build job-proof skills so they never have to beg again. If somebody was helping people with budgeting, right? You don't sell budgeting spreadsheets. You sell stress-free money systems to help parents sleep at night. Find out what your competitors say and then say the opposite. Take a bold stance. People remember clarity and people pay for confidence. And you don't have to reinvent the wheel. The wheel is the wheel and it's been working for a good time now, right? And everybody's out here failing. They're trying to come up with something new. No, just use the wheel, right? Now, your wheel might be different. You might have rims on your wheel, but that's repositioning, because a lot of people, and most people, if I'm just being straight up 100 out here, pretty much anybody in any niche, in any market, they're all pretty much doing similar things, but it's the positioning of what everybody does that makes everybody seem unique, and then they can stick out like a red thumb within their actual market. Everybody that's really, really struggling, they're just trying to do the same stuff that everybody else is doing, and that's why they don't stick out, because they're not working on their positioning. They want to help everybody get in shape instead of helping new mothers lose the baby weight. They want to help everybody learn how to speak Spanish instead of helping working professionals that are moving to a Spanish-speaking country. They want to help everybody do yoga instead of helping yoga professionals grow a YouTube channel to build their yoga business. It's not about competing, it's about repositioning. Now, the next step, and this is the hardest one for most people, is that you have to pick one marketing channel. One. This is where most people get stuck. They try to do 10 things at once. They try to do Instagram and TikTok and Twitter and Threads and YouTube and LinkedIn and newsletters and Facebook ads. Like, stop. Lock in and focus and pick one. Pick one platform, learn it, and milk it. And here's the thing. Everything works, but everything can't work at the same time. So you got to pick one. And if I was giving you some advice, which I am right now, I would tell you to pick this platform that you're on right now, of YouTube. YouTube trumps all by far. I wish that I started taking my YouTube seriously years ago because of the power that it has. And this is why I say YouTube, because YouTube is the only evergreen platform that you can have long-term results with. So how social media typically works, it's pretty much in the now, but YouTube, it's evergreen. So if I use myself as an example, at the time of me recording this video, my #1 most viewed video on a daily basis is something that I did over a year ago. You're not going to get anything like that to happen with any other social media platform. And work that I did over a year ago is building my income, impact, and influence on a daily basis. And the people that have picked YouTube as a platform and have learned it and are milking it, they are milking it for sure. Like, even without a large channel, you don't need to have the biggest audience. You need to have the right audience. These people, they're building their micro niche personal brand. They're locking in on a painful problem that other people are willing to spend money on. And that's all that they make content about. And there's studies that have been shown that nowadays people need to spend about 7 hours with you before they make a purchasing decision. What better place to do that outside of YouTube? And YouTube pays you to build your brand and your business. It is bonkers to me. Like, I don't have the biggest YouTube channel yet, but I know on a typical month on average, I get about $25,000 to $30,000 worth of eyeballs that I would have had to pay for if I was doing paid advertising. Back when I used to run paid ads, I used to get charged about $25 to $30 per 1,000 eyeballs, per 1,000 impressions, right? Well, with my small YouTube channel, I got about 1 million impressions. Right, so that would have been about 25,000 to 30K, what I would have had to spend for those same 1 million impressions with paid advertising, right? So I got that for free. Didn't even get it for free. Like, YouTube paid me for that. And then on the back end, it's helping me build my income, impact, and influence also, all at the same time. I'm telling you, YouTube trumps all. Like, it's crazy. I can't believe that we live in a time, in a day, in an age like this where you can get paid to build your business. But one channel with one clear message and one offer, that's the key. Now, I know a lot of people, they always think that they have to have these crazy business plans and whatnot, right? That's not the case at all. So I'm gonna give you a 1-page business plan, like right now. So if you have your sheet of paper or your phone or your tablet, computer, whatever it is that you take notes, this is all that you got to do. So the first thing is this. What is the problem you solve? Second thing, what is the solution that you can offer. The third thing is who is it for? The fourth thing is how will you reach them? The fifth thing is why should they choose you? And the sixth thing is going to be your price. These are the only 6 things that you need to have a business plan. So let's say, for example, that I'm a personal trainer. So my problem is going to be personal trainers that can't get clients. My solution may be high converting content scripts. My who in my audience will be personal trainers that are making less than $10,000 a month. How am I going to reach them? I'm going to reach them through YouTube. Now, why should they choose me? What's my differentiator? Well, they don't have to do a bunch of silly dances or send out 100 cold DMs or 100 cold emails per day. And my price, $97. This is your execution compass. If it's not on the page, don't spend time on it. Now, the next thing is that you have to understand your margins, right? And this is what a lot of people don't talk about. If you charge $100, but it costs you $90 to fulfill, then you don't have a business. You just have a very expensive hobby. So you got to know how much it costs to deliver your offer, how much you're taking home, and what scale looks like. And a lot of people, they're running these like service-based businesses and they don't really understand their margins at all. That's why I'm a big fan of banking digital products. So you can productize a service into a digital product to where you're always going to have super duper high margins, like typically in the 85%, 90%, or even higher than that margin. That's all profit that you're taking home. And when you have a digital product over a service, it's always going to be a lot easier to trim the fat when needed. And it doesn't take your time because it doesn't take your time to fulfill. So yeah, you have to take some time in creating it, but once you do the work's done. You do the work once, implement it into a system. And system, SYSTEM, stands for saving yourself time, energy, and money so you can actually make more and get your time back while working less. And then you need to be able to either validate or pivot, right? But you never, ever want to guess, right? You always want to either validate or pivot. So once your offer is live and your content's out and you're talking to buyers, you want to watch 2 things like a hawk. And that's going to be who's clicking and who's buying, right? So if no one's clicking, then you know you need to tweak your message. If no one's buying, then you know that you need to tweak your offer or your price. The only reason you should quit is if the numbers tell you should pivot, not your emotions, not your boredom, not because it feels hard. But I'm telling you, if you follow this blueprint, you'll build a real business that prints results like all them that you see on the screen right now. So if you're ready to make more working less online from stuff you already know, go ahead and click the link down in the description. Join this Credit at the Top community. For weekly coaching from myself, all my exclusive trainings, plus a private community and entrepreneurs, all designed to grow your business online. It's only a few bucks a day to join right now, literally less than a cup of coffee per day. So click the link down in the description to tap in, and I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. I'm telling you, this stuff is not rocket science, and it can be very simple if you just let it be simple, but everybody just seems to be overcomplicating all this stuff. But if you just lock in on solving one painful problem with one solution, with one source of traffic, I'm telling you, you can scale that to a high 6 and even skyrocket past that and get to a 7-figure level. So go ahead and click the link down in the description to tap into the community. And I'll see you on our coaching call this Wednesday. Go ahead and check out this video right here about how to build an audience that actually buys instead of just views. It's Credit at the Top.